When the world goes quiet and shadows creep across the walls of your soul. When fear wakes you in the middle of the night and no one answers your cry. Know this, I never sleep. I see what no one sees. I hear what no one hears. I protect what others ignore. Even in the silence, even in the sorrow, even in your darkest hour, I am watching over you. I have never left your side. I never will, because you are mine, and I will guard you always. This is God Says, a sacred space where divine truth speaks directly to your soul. Every message here is a healing whisper from heaven, reminding you, you are not alone. I see you when the world turns away. I see you, not just the version you show to others, not just the smile you force when you're aching, not just the silence you use to hide the scream within, but the real you, the weary soul who wonders. At midnight, am I forgotten? The heart that stares at the ceiling and whispers into the dark. Does anyone see me? Does anyone care? And I say to you now, with all of heaven as my witness, I see you. I always have. You are never invisible. To me, you are never unnoticed. Even when the world grows silent, I lean in closer. Even when people walk away, I stay. I do not leave like they did. I do not abandon when things get heavy. I do not turn my face when tears fall from yours. I am the God who watches over you while you sleep, who defends you while you dream, who fights battles for you in silence, who breathes peace into rooms that once held panic. And tonight, I want you to know, I never sleep. I don't grow weary. I don't miss a moment. While others grow tired, distracted, too busy, or too broken to care, I remain, watching, holding, loving, guarding. You wonder why I don't always answer when you cry. You ask me why my silence feels heavier than the storm. But child, my silence is never absence. My stillness is not distance. I am not hiding from you. I am holding you. Even when you can't feel me, even when you've convinced yourself I've gone, I'm closer than your breath. The thoughts that torment you in the night, I hear them all. The lies that shout, you're not good enough, I silence them. With truth, the fear that says, you're alone, I confront it with my unwavering presence. I know what you've been through, the wounds no one claps for, the strength no one saw you build. I know the nights you've stayed awake, worrying about things you never told a soul. And I say this with the voice of eternity. You are not alone. I am watching over you, not from afar, but from within. My eyes do not grow tired. My heart does not forget. My arms do not release what they've claimed. You belong to me. You always have. You always will. And when others stop checking in, when the text never comes, when your cries go unanswered by people who once said they loved you, I answer. I show up, not with noise, but with presence. Not with words, but with peace. Not with distraction, but with healing. Because I am not like them. I do not sleep. I do not forget. I do not fail. And you are still under my covering. Even when the pain said otherwise. Even when the delay felt like denial. Even when your own faith wavered beneath the weight of disappointment. Still, I stayed. Still, I chose you. Still, I kept guard over your soul. You may not see it, but I have protected you from more than you will ever know. I shielded you from plans that would have broken you. I stood between you and destruction. I blocked the attacks you never even noticed. I caught the arrows before they reached you. I calmed the storms before they touched your door. And now, I'm asking you to do one thing. Stay with me. Do not run when it gets hard. Do not walk away when you don't understand. Your job is to remain with me until the end, and I will give you the answer you've longed for. I promise you this: I do not waste your pain. I do not overlook your suffering, and I will not leave your questions hanging forever. But you must trust me in the quiet. Trust me in the stretching. Trust me in the waiting. Because the answer isn't always in what you get. Sometimes it's found in who you become with me. The fire you are in is not punishment. It is preparation. The ache you feel is not abandonment. It is awakening. The stillness is not emptiness. It is sacred space where I do my deepest work. Do not despise the nights I keep you awake, for it is there, in the silence of your soul, that I come close enough to whisper truth that sets you free. You keep asking, when will this end? But I am asking, will you trust me here? Will you trust that I see what you don't? That I'm guarding what you can't? That I'm working behind doors you haven't yet reached? I am not just watching over your sleep. I am shaping your destiny while you sleep. While you rest, I rebuild. While you surrender, I strengthen. While you weep, I write resurrection into your story. There is more for you. There is purpose in your pain. There is beauty in the ashes. And there is still joy ahead. But first, you must believe, not in your ability to figure it all out, but in my unshakable promise to never leave you. I do not need rest. I do not grow tired. I never blink or look away. I am God, and I do not sleep. I watch over you every night. That has always been true, and it will always be true. Because you are mine, you are loved, you are chosen. You are covered. And even when no one else is awake for you, I am. Now breathe, beloved. Let peace fall over your soul. For tonight and every night, you are safely held in my hands. And this is only the beginning of what I will reveal to you. If you stay, the next part is waiting, and I am already there. While you sleep, I fight for you. You do not see the battles, but I do. You do not hear the curses spoken in secret, the dark thoughts aimed toward you, the whispers of fear sent to shake your mind, but I do. I see it all. I hear it all. And I fight for you, even when you do not know war has begun. Even while you sleep, my hands are raised. My angels are deployed. My name surrounds you like fire. You wonder why you made it through, what should have crushed you. You wonder how you survived the seasons that came to unravel you. And I tell you now, it is because I never slept. I never stopped fighting for you. While you wept in your sleep, I was breaking chains in the spirit. While you tossed and turned, I was silencing accusations spoken against you. While your soul groaned for peace, I was drawing the sword of heaven. There are things I've shielded you from that you will never know this side of eternity. And that, child, is my mercy. I do not need applause to defend you. I do not need your awareness to act. I move because I love. I guard because I chose. You. I protect because you are mine. Not one weapon formed against you has prospered. Not because they were never forged, but because I disarmed them before they reached your door. And yet, you still doubt. You ask, why do I still feel afraid? You plead, where is this peace you promised? And I say gently, peace is not the absence of war. It is the presence of me. You have confused rest with relief, but they are not the same. Relief may come from the world. Rest comes from me, and true rest is not the absence of pressure. It is the unwavering confidence that I am handling what you cannot. I know how your thoughts spiral at night. I know how your mind replays every wrong turn, every mischance, every sharp word, every broken dream. But child, you are not being punished. You are being protected. I use the night not to torment you, but to transform you. And when you lay your head down in surrender, something holy begins to happen in the invisible. I fight for your future. I silence every voice that rises against you. I rewrite what the enemy meant for harm and realign it for your good. I establish your steps in the dark before you ever walk into the light. You cry out for peace, and I say, peace is already here because I am. My presence is not a feeling. It is a fortress. My word is not an echo. It is a sword. My hand is not slow. It is precise. I wait for the perfect moment. And while you wait, I prepare the victory. But I know it's hard. I know you want to see the evidence now. I know. You want something tangible, something visible, something you can point to and say, there, that's proof he's with me. But child, the proof is in your endurance. The evidence is in the fact that you still rise, even weary. You still love, even wounded. You still seek me, even when your prayers feel unanswered. That is not weakness. That is warrior strength. That is what terrifies the enemy most. Not your comfort, but your consistency. Not your ease, but your endurance. Not your feeling strong, but your choosing me in the midst of weakness. I never said the battle would be seen. I said I would. Never leave you in it. And I haven't. I have stood guard over your soul like a watchman on the walls. I have sung over you in the night when your own voice could not pray. I have sent angels to stand at your door. I have walked the perimeter of your heart, guarding it from the enemy's entry. I have whispered truth while the enemy shouted lies. And I have fought fiercely, faithfully, silently. Not because I had to, but because I love you. And my love is not passive. It is power. It is covering. It is war on your behalf. When you wake feeling peace you didn't earn, that's me. When the panic that kept you up suddenly lifts, that's me. When you sleep through the night for the first time in weeks, that's me. When you feel like giving up, but somehow you keep going, that's me. I have never stopped fighting for you. Even when you doubted me, even when you walked away, even when you believed the lie that I was distant. I was never more than a breath away. I have always remained. Because love does not walk out when things grow dark. Love stays. Love guards. Love fights. And I am love. So even now, when you feel the heaviness, when the past returns to haunt your nights, when you fear the future that hasn't come, let me speak this over your soul. You are not losing. You are not forgotten. You are not vulnerable to the darkness. You are covered. You are defended. You are deeply, fiercely, eternally protected. The night is not your enemy. It is my canvas. And I am painting victory in the silence. I am writing redemption in the darkness. I am building strength in the stillness. I am shaping the dawn before your eyes ever open. I never sleep, child. Not because I must stay awake, but because you are worth guarding every second, every breath, every heartbeat. I never take my eyes off you. I never get distracted. I never miss a moment. Because I am not just your creator, I am your keeper. And I will not lose what I have claimed. So breathe tonight. You are not defenseless. You are not alone in your struggle. The enemy may come in like a flood, but I raise up a standard against him. Your name is written on my hand. Your heart is safe in my presence. Your destiny is secure in my promise. Lay down your fear. Lay down your overthinking. Lay down the belief that you are unguarded, and let my presence be your armor. Let my voice silence the torment. Let my peace descend like a shield. For while you sleep, I fight. While you rest, I roar in the spirit. While you trust, I take ground on your behalf. You will see what I have been doing. In time, you will know how I intervened. But for now, all I ask is this: rest in me. Remain with me. That is your part. Mine is everything else. And I will not fail you. So close your eyes, beloved. I am already surrounding you. I never blink. I never turn away. I never sleep. And tonight, as every night, I fight for you. The night is where I awaken you. You thought the night was a punishment. You thought the silence meant I was distant. You assumed that the dark hours were only for crying, aching, or waiting for dawn. But child, what if I told you that the night is where I awaken you? What if I told you that in the very stillness you try to escape, I am doing my deepest, most eternal work? The world teaches you to fear the dark, to avoid discomfort, to distract yourself until morning. But I am not like the world. I speak in stillness. I reveal truth in the hush. I lead you through the shadows, not around them, because what you find there is not despair, but depth. You asked me to awaken your purpose. You asked me to show you who you are. You prayed for breakthrough, healing, and clarity. And I answered, not with bright lights and noise, but with the most sacred space of all, the night, not to punish you, but to awaken the parts of you that only silence could reach, to call out the identity that noise had buried, to show you that even when the world sleeps on you, I never do. You see, the night reveals what light sometimes hides. It exposes the fractures in your foundation. It uncovers what you've built on fear. It brings to the surface the false identities you've worn for survival. And though it feels painful, it is holy. Because I am not trying to hurt you. I am trying to free you. The version of you that can only survive in the light is not the version I created. You were not made to only thrive when things are clear. You were not called to only trust me when you feel me. You are more than a fair weather believer. You are not fragile. You are not faithless. You are becoming a warrior who walks even in the dark. And that begins in the night, when I strip away distractions, when I gently remove the noise, when I bring you face to face with the truth that you and I are enough, that my presence sustains you when nothing else remains, that my word is a lamp not for the whole road, but for each step, that my voice is loudest when you finally stop running and listen. I know it's hard. I know you'd rather skip to the next season. I know you'd rather wake up to everything fixed, everything explained, everything restored. But child, hear me. I don't just restore situations. I restore souls. I'm not just trying to fix your life. I'm trying to form the life you were created for, the one aligned with heaven, the one shaped by truth, not trauma, the one grounded in grace, not performance, the one that walks in peace, even when chaos surrounds. And that kind of life begins when you stop fighting the night and let it speak. So tonight, I want you to ask a different question. Not when will this end, but what are you revealing? Not why is this happening, but what are you healing? Not where are you, but how close are you already? Because the night is not about being lost. It's about being found differently. You see, in the day, you walk by sight, but in the night, you learn to walk by faith. In the day, you may trust your own strength, but in the night, you remember mine. In the day, you hold the illusion of control, but in the night, you finally surrender. And in that surrender, you awaken. Awaken to who you really are. Not who they said you were. Not who pain tried to shape you into. Not who fear told you to be. But who I declared you to be before the foundations of the world. You were never meant to live numbed. Never meant to just exist. Never created to just survive. You were born of fire, called by name, designed for glory, formed with vision, marked for a purpose greater than your comfort. And though the night may feel like death to all you've known, it is actually birth. Birth into your identity. Birth into your anointing. Birth into clarity. Birth into true trust. I am not breaking you, child. I am breaking off what no longer belongs. I am not harming you. I am healing you. I am not rejecting you. I am refining you. And though you don't see it yet, you will thank me for the night. You will look back and say, that was where I met you. That was when I found me. Because it's not always in the miracles that faith is formed. Sometimes it's in the waiting. Sometimes it's in the unanswered prayers. Sometimes it's in the silence that a holy fire is kindled, the kind that cannot be put out by circumstance, the kind that does not need a stage or a crowd, the kind that prays when no one's watching, the kind that still believes when the doors stay closed. That kind of fire is formed in the night, Doc. So stop resisting what I'm doing. Stop numbing when I'm trying to heal. Stop running from the darkness, because I am in it. Not as the fee, one who causes harm, but as the one who redeems it. I will not let this pain go to waste. I will not let this season be for nothing. I will turn it all, every tear, every silence, every confusion, into strength, wisdom, compassion, clarity, and unshakable authority. But you must allow me. Let the night do its work. Let my presence be your light. Let my voice rewrite your narrative. Let me awaken you. You are not dying. You are shedding what was never yours. You are not being abandoned. You are being drawn into deeper union. You are not being silenced. You are being rooted in truth. And when the dawn comes, you will not rise the same. You will rise with eyes that see me even in the dark. You will rise with a voice steady and unafraid. You will rise with faith, not based on feeling, but forged in fire. You will rise with a story that speaks of glory. You will rise as one who knows. The night was not your end, it was your beginning. And still, I will be watching. For I do not sleep, I do not slumber, I do not retreat, I stay, I guard, I awaken, and I will continue to do so night after night, moment after moment, until the full purpose I placed inside you is awakened. And child, we are just beginning. So breathe, beloved. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are being born, again and again, into who I've called you to be. And this night, too, is holy. I do not call you by your wounds. You've been carrying names I never gave you. You've been answering to labels the world placed upon your soul in moments of pain, rejection, failure, and fear. You've been called too much, too weak, too broken, not enough. You've been told you're behind. You're forgotten. You're hard to love. And slowly, without realizing it, those lies became your identity. You let them settle in your bones. You let them echo in your thoughts. You let them name your nights. A child, I never called you any of those things. And I never will. I do not call you by your wounds. I call you by your worth. And even now, even in this night, even in the silence that still trembles around your soul, I am renaming you. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not forgotten. You are hidden in me. You are not lost. You are led. You are not weak. You are in the making. You are not alone. You are held. You are not worthless. You are mine. Let me speak this with the voice that formed the stars. I never sleep because I never stop seeing you rightly. Even when you forget who you are, I do not. Even when pain distorts your reflection, I hold your original design. Even when shame screams louder than truth, I whisper the name. I gave you before the world touched you. You have always been more than the wounds you carry. You are not your story of failure. You are not the sum of who left. what broke, or where you stumbled. You are not the grief you buried, the secret you carry, or the fear you fight in silence. You are my child, not because you earned it, but because I chose you. And I want you to hear me clearly. I never based your worth on your performance. Never. Not once. While the world demands perfection, I honor surrender. While people celebrate results, I bless faithfulness. While they wait to see if you measure up, I stand with you in your becoming. I don't love you for what you achieve. I love you because of who you are, and who you are is the one I created, claimed, and covered. My love isn't waiting for you to finally get it right. It's been pouring over you this whole time, in every wrong turn, in every moment you thought you failed me, in every night you cried yourself to sleep, thinking you disappointed me. Child, hear me. You never had to be perfect to be mine. You just had to be willing to stay, and you stayed. Even when your faith wavered, even when you questioned everything, even when your heart was so tired it barely beat for hope anymore, you stayed. And that matters. That speaks. That tells me more about your love than any words ever could. You did not walk away. You didn't always feel me, but you stayed. And because you stayed, I will show you who you are. I will wash the lies from your mind. I will remove the shame that became like a second skin. I will cut through every agreement you've made with darkness. I will reclaim what was stolen. I will restore what was lost. I will call you by a name that heaven has always known. You are not defined by what you've survived. You are defined by the one who never left you in it. You are not a sum of pain. You are a vessel of purpose. You are not behind. You are exactly where I am shaping you. Do not fear the time you think you've lost. I redeem time. I resurrect dreams. I rebuild what was destroyed. I do not look at your past and see disqualification. I see raw material for redemption. Your story does not disqualify you from being used by me. It qualifies you to carry my compassion, to hold space for others, to minister from scars that shine, not shame. This is the beauty of my kingdom. I do not erase your history. I rewrite its meaning. The very places you tried to hide will become the very places I pour my glory. Not because you are perfect, but because you let me in. So let me in tonight. Not just into your thoughts, but into your self-perception. Let me into the parts of you you still hide, the parts you are convinced I would reject. I won't. I never have, and I never will. The night does not scare me. Your pain does not intimidate me. Your confusion does not repel me. I came for all of you. And I want all of you. Not the polished version, not the one that knows what to say, not the one who pretends to have it all together. I want the real you, the trembling you, the doubting you, the weary you, because that is the you I can work with. That is the you I died for. That is the you I redeemed. So rest tonight. Not just your body, but your identity. Let go of the names that were never yours. Let go of the shame that has been sitting at your table far too long. Let go of the fear that tells you you'll never change. You are changing. Every time you come back to me, you change. Every time you choose truth over fear, you change. Every time you forgive, release, trust, try again, you change. And that change, that becoming, is the mark of my spirit alive in you. This is your rebirth. Not in a church service, not in a crowd, but right here, in the middle of the night, in the silence, in the struggle. I am meeting you again, like I always do, in the realest parts of you. Because I never sleep. I never turn away. I never stop loving you into who you are. This night, I call you chosen. I call you whole. I call you brave. I call you called. I call you mine. So rise, not from your bed, but from the ashes. Rise from false identity. Rise from shame. Rise from survival. And begin again, this time as the one I see clearly. Not by your wounds, but by your worth. Your pain has prepared you for glory. You've wondered if it was all for nothing. The nights you broke silently. The mornings you rose while your heart still bled. The seasons where it felt like all of heaven had gone quiet. You've questioned if the sorrow served any purpose. You've stared at the shattered pieces of what used to be and whispered, "Why, God? Why this path?" But child, listen to me. I have seen it all. I have recorded every tear, and I tell you now, with a voice more faithful than time, not a single moment of your pain was wasted. It has been preparing you for glory. You think glory looks like triumph. You imagine it's applause, breakthrough, open doors. But the glory I give does not come cheap. It's forged in the fire. It's born in the battle. It's shaped through struggle. It is the weight of my presence carried in vessels that have been crushed, and yet still chose me. Your pain, as deep as it cut, was never the end of your story. It was the place where your story truly began. For I do not build greatness on comfort. I build it in surrender. I do not raise warriors from ease. I raise them through endurance. And you, beloved, have endured, even when you didn't realize it, even when all you did was breathe through the ache and whisper my name through the fog. Even when the healing took longer than you hoped, you endured. You stayed. You held on, not because you felt strong, but because something inside you still believed, even when you said you didn't. And that belief, that flicker of faith, that choosing to still speak to me in the dark, it was enough. It was holy. It moved heaven. And now I am showing you the truth. Your pain has not disqualified you. It has qualified you. Not because the pain itself was good, but because you brought it to me. Because you let me touch it. Because you let me stay in the room with you when no one else could handle the weight of your sorrow. Child, I was there. I was there when you fell apart. I was there when you couldn't breathe from the weight of your grief. I was there when betrayal shattered your soul. I was there when your body failed, your heart broke, your dreams died. I was there, not passively watching, but actively gathering every piece of your brokenness and storing it in my hands, knowing the day would come when I would show you what I was building with it all. That day is near. That day begins now. For this is the hour where you stop asking why you suffered and begin to see what your suffering has shaped. It has shaped a spirit that knows how to fight in silence. It has shaped compassion that does not judge, but carries. It has shaped a voice that speaks with real authority, born from experience, not just theory. It has shaped humility, depth, wisdom, and resilience that cannot be shaken by shallow storms. It has shaped you into one who knows me, not just through blessings, but through breaking. You know my faithfulness not just because you've read about it, but because you've lived through the seasons where it was all you had left. And because of that, you are dangerous to the darkness. You are not just a survivor. You are anointed. You carry the oil of perseverance. You walk with scars that shine. You speak with a tenderness that came only from pain, transformed by my hand. That is glory, not something you perform, something you carry, something you become. And you are becoming glorious. So do not despise your journey. Do not curse the pain. It did not break you. It made space in you for me. It created a deeper well for my spirit to dwell. It expanded your capacity to love, to lead, to weep with those who weep and rejoice when redemption comes. You are now the kind of person who can carry others, not because you're perfect, but because you remember what it felt like to bleed and not be seen. And because of that, I will use you. I will send you into places where others have been crushed, and you will speak the same comfort I spoke to you. You will be my voice, my hands, my reflection. This is not just your healing. This is your commissioning. This is not just the end of sorrow. This is the beginning of service. This is not just recovery. This is resurrection. This is not just restoration. This is release. I am sending you forth, child, not immediately into a platform or a position, but into a posture of power. The kind of power that doesn't need to be seen to be real. The kind of power that prays in silence, that forgives before being asked, that stays steady when others panic. That is the glory I have placed on you. And it came through the night, through the crushing, through the waiting, through the dark rooms where you almost gave up. But you didn't. And because you didn't, I am raising you now, not as a victim of your story, but as a vessel of my glory. So breathe. The old is gone. The night is changing. You are not the same person who entered this fire. You are stronger, softer, clearer, closer, and I am with you still. I do not sleep. I never left. I have guarded your soul through it all. And now I will bring meaning to your suffering. You will not be defined by what broke you, but by what was built in you. For every ounce of pain, I will pour back joy. For every lie that wounded you, I will give a word that heals. For every place you were dropped, I will lift you higher than you've ever dreamed. This is who I am. This is what I do. You asked me, why did it have to hurt so much? And I answer you now, because what you are called to carry is weighty, because your destiny is holy, because your voice will awaken others who have fallen asleep in despair. And for that, I needed to form you in fire. But fire never consumes what I claim. It refines it. It purifies. It reveals. And you are now standing in the light of who you truly are. My beloved, refined in pain, radiant in glory, ready for more. Do not fear what's ahead. The worst is behind you. You've been through the valley, and I never left your side. I will not leave it now. And when you sleep tonight, know this. I still do not sleep. I still guard you. And now I go ahead of you, preparing the path your pain was meant to open. I am calling you to rise. You have healed, slowly, painfully, quietly. You have wept in secret and waited in silence. You have let me tear down the walls around your heart, brick by trembling brick. You have surrendered what you thought you couldn't live without. You have laid down identities that once kept you safe, but no longer served your destiny. And now, I say to you with all the power of heaven behind my voice, it is time to rise. Not just to stand, but to walk in the fullness of who you are. To step into the world with a spirit that knows it is not alone. To move with the knowing that I never sleep, and because I stand watch, you can move forward unafraid. You have spent too long questioning your value, waiting for others to validate your voice, seeking permission to exist fully. You've dimmed your light because others were uncomfortable. You've denied your strength because you thought humility meant shrinking. But I never asked you to disappear. I never created you to hide. You are not designed to stay small. I made you with greatness woven into your spirit, eternity carved into your bones, and purpose thundering inside your soul. You were not meant to only survive. You were meant to awaken, to rise, and to lead others into light. The time for hiding is over. The season of delay is breaking. The night was never your prison. It was your preparation. And I have been with you every moment, watching, guarding, speaking into your deepest places while the world slept on you. I have formed you in stillness, so that you would walk with a confidence not rooted in crowds or applause, but rooted in the unshakable truth that I am with you, and that is enough. You don't need perfect conditions to begin. You don't need full clarity to move. What you need is what you already have: my presence, my promise, and my power. There is a world waiting for what I've placed in you. There are lives that will be changed by your rising. There are broken hearts that will find healing through the very wounds I've restored in you. There are dark places that will be lit by your voice. So do not ask, who am I to do this? Instead say, if you are with me, I cannot fail. Do not look at your history and say, I am not qualified. Look at me and know I qualify the called. I fill the surrendered. I anoint the willing. And you, child, are all three. You are no longer the same. The night changed you. The fire shaped you. My love rewrote you. And now you walk into your calling not as a stranger, but as a child of destiny. Will it be easy? No, but I never promised easy. I promised presence. I promised that even in the valley, you would not walk alone. I promised that I would go before you and stand behind you, that I would uphold you when your strength falters, that I would whisper wisdom when you don't know the way, that I would give you words when your mouth feels empty, that I would fight for you, not just behind the scenes, but in the open, through you. This is not a call to comfort. It is a call to courage, a call to walk into rooms you thought were too big for you, a call to speak truth when silence would be easier, a call to forgive where it would be safer to stay bitter, a call to break generational cycles, a call to be the first to heal, the first to rise, the first to lead. This is a call to take your place. You say, but I'm afraid. I say, fear is not your master. You say, but I'm unready. I say, you are ready enough to begin. You say, but what if I fail? And I say, even then, I will still be with you. I never called you because of your perfection. I called you because of your purpose. And that purpose has survived every storm. It still beats inside you like a holy drum, not demanding speed, but demanding surrender. Not asking for performance, but asking for your yes. So say yes. Say yes again. Say yes to becoming. Say yes to moving even while trembling. Say yes to speaking even when your voice shakes. Say yes to being fully seen, fully known, fully loved. Say yes to rising, not because you feel ready, but because you trust that I am. I will not let your foot slip. I will not let the waters overwhelm you. I will not let the flame consume you. I have written your name on my heart, carved it into my promise, and I will not abandon what I've called. You are not forsaken. You are favored. You are not waiting for purpose. You are stepping into it. Even now, I walk before you, opening doors, shifting atmospheres, softening hearts, making a way where there was none. Not because you forced it, but because you surrendered to me. That is the secret, child. Not striving, surrender. Not perfection, presence. Not fear, faith. And this is how you rise, one step at a time with me. In the night, I guarded you. In the pain, I shaped you. Now, in this moment, I call you forward, not into pressure, but into promise, not into fame, but into faithfulness. You were never waiting on the world to recognize you. You were waiting for heaven to release you. And this is that release. Walk boldly now. The night has lifted. My hand is still upon you. And though the world may not yet see the fullness of what you carry, I do. And I am pleased. I am proud. I am with you. I never sleep. And because of that, you are safe to rise. You are protected while you walk. You are covered while you step forward. You are heard while you speak. You are empowered as you obey. This is what it means to walk with me. You are not doing this alone. You never were. So rise. Rise as one who has been kept by fire. Rise as one whose identity is no longer hidden behind pain. Rise as one whose spirit is steady, whose heart is whole, whose voice is clear. The night prepared you. The dawn welcomes you. And I walk with you into all that comes next. I am with you always. Even in the quietest hours now, child, look how far we've come. From the pit of silence to the edge of revelation. From the ache of being unseen to the strength of being known. From surviving the long night to awakening. In purpose, you have walked through fire and not been burned. You have wept through pain and found it purified. You have stood on shaking legs and discovered that even trembling steps are holy when taken with me. And now, hear me once more. I am with you always, even in the quietest hours, especially there, when the world no longer claps, when the noise has faded, when the lights go dim and you wonder, was it all real? I am there because I never sleep. I never withdraw. I never grow tired of you. You are not too much for me. You are not a burden I tolerate. You are the child I rejoice in, the vessel I have shaped with my own breath. And I will not stop watching over you, not tonight, not tomorrow, not ever. I saw your first breath. I see your next step. And I already stand in your final hour, whispering, well done. Because time does not bind me. Fear does not shake me. And your weakness does not surprise me. I am eternal, present, steady, sovereign. I do not need rest to remain faithful. I do not require sleep to stay aware. Even when you forget me, I do not forget you. Even when you feel nothing, I still move everything on your behalf. You ask, what if I fall again? And I answer, then I will catch you again. You ask, what if I doubt? And I answer, then I will draw near again. You ask, what if I lose my way? And I say, I am the way, and I never lose sight of you. You cannot outfail my mercy. You cannot outrun my grace. Because my love is not based on your behavior. It is based on my nature. And my nature is unchanging. My nature is to love, to keep, to guard, to call, to cover, to restore, to never leave, to never sleep. This world will try to convince you that you must earn every ounce of love. But I have loved you from the beginning, before you did anything, before you knew my name, before you even believed in me. I have loved you. I have waited for you. I have sung over you in the night. I have stood guard when no one else saw your tears. And now you must know you are not just healed. You are held, not just chosen, but cherished, not just redeemed, but risen. So let the final fear fall away. Let the last lie die. Let the final chain break. You do not walk in shame. You walk in glory. You walk as one who knows, I am not abandoned. I am adored, and my presence is not seasonal. It is eternal. You can build your life on that. You can trust your future with that. You can sleep in peace, not because the night is short, but because I never sleep. Tonight, I want you to close your eyes not in fear, but in rest. Not in survival, but in surrender. Not asking, will you still be here in the morning? But knowing you are already in my tomorrow. And every day after, and every moment between, your only task is to stay near. To walk with me, not run ahead. To speak with me, not only when things break, but when things are whole. To trust that even in the moments when you feel nothing, I am still moving, still watching, still unfolding. The story I wrote for you long ago, Dot, the darkness has no power over you. Fear has lost its grip. You have not just survived, you have become. You have been marked by my mercy, led by my light, formed by my fire. You no longer walk as a victim of circumstance. You walk as a vessel of eternity. And all of heaven walks with you, Dot. So hear my voice once more, not as a whisper now, but as a declaration over your destiny. You are mine. I have called you. I have chosen you. I have healed you. I have raised you. I have released you. And I will never stop watching over you, not in your sleep, not in your battle, not in your questions, not in your future. I am your God, and I do not sleep. I am your Father, and I do not leave. I am your refuge, and I do not fail. I am your light, and I do not grow dim. I am the one who keeps you. I am the one who waits with you. I am the one who walks with you. And I am the one who says even now, child, rest. I will watch over you tonight. I have always watched over you. I always will. So let peace fall upon you like a blanket. Let fear dissolve like mist. Let the sound of my love surround your soul until nothing else remains, because I am still here. I will always be here. And when you sleep, I will stay awake. Let me walk with you every night. Subscribe to God Says for powerful, healing, and uplifting messages spoken straight from the heart of the divine. I am always watching over you.